We joined Candice Bass at Bass Racing this morning to take us through her runners for Hollywood Bets Durbanville, and Candice, a number of them. So just jumping into it, race one, you've got the two runners, Tenango and also Fly Futura, who's having a first run.
Yeah, Fly Futura is having his first run. Vicky, he's a very nice colt, but I think he's going to need a bit of time before he matures and comes to hand properly. He's got a beautiful action at home, but I think he's going to need a bit more time. So I don't expect too much from him. I just think a race to get him going and get him started, but I think in time he might be quite a nice colt. Tenango, also a very nice colt. He shows quite a bit at home. He disappointed me a little bit last time. He just didn't quite finish off his run. And he was hanging a little bit, so we've tried some new equipment on him, and hopefully that will do the trick. But you know, if he brings what he shows at home, he must have a good chance there. There are one or two in there with some decent form, so it's not the easiest of maidens, but he must have a good each-way chance.
Race 2, Fordray, he's obviously was a noteworthy debut. Beautiful looking horse, now goes over the 14. Will he enjoy that more?
He definitely will, Vicky. I think he'll be a horse that's eventually looking for 2,000 metres. Yeah, a very nice debut effort from him. He's a good-looking horse, and he's come on nicely from that run. Unfortunately, we didn't get the best of draws this time round, so he's going to have to try and overcome that draw. And again, not the easiest of maiden fields, but Vicky, as I say, he's come on very nicely from his run. I think had he been drawn well, I probably would have been fairly confident of his chances. So he's just got to overcome that draw, but also must have a good chance.
Race 3, you've got the three runners, English Mistress, As Fate Has It, and also Flamboyant Flyer, all going over the 1,600 metres.
Yes, again, another competitive race. English Mistress and certainly Flamboyant Flyer. I had them in a maiden fillies 1,800 on the day, which fell away, which would have been a nicer race for them. Obviously, the mile is maybe a touch on the sharp side for both of them. But I suppose it is what it is, and we have to take what we get. I think they've missed their races a good couple of times now. So, yeah, I think Flamboyant Flyer out of my three probably got the best chance. Was a good run from her last time. I think she was just unlucky not to get up. So she must definitely be included. English Mistress, it might be a little bit on the strong side for her, and she is looking for a bit further. And As Fate Has It, certainly will enjoy the step up and trip, but I think she needs to show a bit more improvement and strengthen a bit more.
Race 4, Lord Firefield, close up in his last three runs. Can't help but think that he's getting better with racing, especially as he goes a bit of ground.
Yeah, he definitely enjoys the ground, Vicky. He's a much better horse since he's been going over a bit more ground. I think, again, he should be competitive here. He looks very well at the moment, and as I say, he'll enjoy this trip. He's drawn middle of the field reasonably okay, so a definitely inclusion, and I think he'll be competitive.
The other two runners in the field, you've got Count Delefante, and also you've got Weather King, obviously both drawn a little bit wide.
Yeah, Weather King slowly but surely improving. Better run from him last time, but I think he's got a little bit more improving to do before he's ready to win. And the other horse, obviously only having his second start, he was very green first time out. Also will enjoy this sort of trip, but also needs to have another run or two, I think, before he will be competitive.
Race 5, it's one run, and then obviously Sugar Mountain being the reserve runner, but Michael Faraday, always a bit hard to assess. The soft going, he seemed to do well, so I don't know if that's what he prefers or just the time when he sort of came well.
Yeah, Vicky's a tricky little horse. He looks particularly well at the moment. I think last time he was drawn badly. I think he's got the same draw this time. Ended up with the same draw, and he was a long way back turning for home. So they had a lot of ground to make up that day. So I think you can probably put a line through that run. Hopefully he can try and get a slightly better position this time from the draw. You know, his runs prior to that were very consistent, and he is a little horse that has ability. It's a big field. It's a very open race, but I think he's going to need to. It's all going to depend where he sits in the race and that he's not too far back.